The John Denver enigma finally cracked and isn't pleasant. John Denver was born Henry John Dutzkondorf Jr. on December 31st, 1943 in Roswell, New Mexico. He had a military family background, with his father being a U.S. Air Force pilot. John Denver grew up with a gypsy upbringing, moving quite often throughout the nation. These early years gave him both a sense of rootlessness and a profound appreciation for the American landscape's enormity and natural wonder, themes that would go on to characterize his songwriting. John Denver developed an early passion for music, and he was given his first guitar by his grandmother at age 11. That simple gift was life-changing. Goated by such webbed wonders as Elvis Presley and the 1960s folk singers, Denver crafted his own sound at Texas Tech University. He later relocated to Los Angeles with a music career in mind, renaming himself Denver to pay tribute to Colorado's capital, a state he loved and frequently sang about. Denver's initial breakthrough was in 1969 when he composed Leaving on a Jet Plane, for which Peter, Paul, and Mary had a huge hit. The success of the song helped him establish himself as a bright songwriter, and he soon came into the limelight as an artist in his own right. John Denver achieved global popularity in the 1970s with a series of classic tunes, such as Take Me Home, Country Roads, Annie's Song, Rocky Mountain High, Sunshine on My Shoulders, and Thank God I'm a Country Boy. They reflected America's natural beauty and human feelings, mixing folk, country, and pop styles into an immediately distinctive sound characterized by Denver's warm tenor voice and acoustic guitar. John Denver was not only a renowned singer-songwriter, but also a diverse entertainer who acted in many movies and TV specials during the 1970s and 1980s. Perhaps his most remembered acting vehicle was the 1977 box office success Oh God, in which he co-starred with the comedy great George Burns. The movie was a hit and best demonstrated Denver's own natural charm and warmth outside of his singing ability. His warm, genuine screen presence complemented Burns' comedy to perfection and aided in making Oh God a classic comedy that struck the right balance of humor with serious consideration. Outside of this movie, Denver's work in television specials and other screen productions mirrored his popularity and his capacity to engage his audience through media during the height of his career. Although most recall John Denver as a singer, he still recorded new releases late into the 1990s, always adapting his style, but staying faithful to his folk and country origins that propelled him to fame during this time. His music, more and more, was a reflection of his increased interest in environmental issues. Denver was a zealous activist in efforts to preserve natural beauty and wildlife, frequently employing his music and public life to bring attention to ecological concerns. He advocated for conservation and responsible living, convincingly believing the necessity of conserving the earth for generations to come. Besides his activism towards the environment, Denver was also a strong advocate for space exploration, enchanted by the potential of human beings to venture into space. This passion extended beyond mere curiosity. He gave his voice and his influence to campaigns urging financing and public support for NASA and other space projects, believing exploration as a key move toward human advancement. John Denver also left his own visible imprint by standing up against music censorship. During a time when other artists were under pressure to change their music or risk being banned from the airwaves, Denver testified to the United States Congress in opposition to censorship in support of artistic liberty. His testimony reaffirmed his dedication to artistic expression and the conviction that music should be used as a medium to express truth, inspire, and unite without being suppressed by limiting regulations. Denver's engagement in these social and political causes revealed a greater depth to his public image, one of civic-minded and principled activism beyond his professional work as an entertainer. An overriding characteristic of John Denver was his deep affection for the state of Colorado, whose natural beauty had significant impact on his life and music. He settled in Aspen, Colorado for most of his adult life, drawing inspiration from the stunning Rocky Mountains and energetic outdoor culture surrounding it. Aspen was not just a home. It was a place of rejuvenation and artistic inspiration for Denver, who frequently wrote songs praising the region's scenery and attitude. As a tribute to his cultural contributions and personification of the spirit of Colorado, Denver was declared official poet laureate of the state in 1974. This was an appreciation of his services toward projecting a positive image of Colorado and communicating its beauty through lyrical poetry. Denver's identification with Colorado was cemented in his music, most notably with the tune Rocky Mountain High, which expressed the wonder and respect he had for the mountains and wilderness. So strongly was this song identified with the state and its people that in 2007, the Colorado State Legislature officially designated Rocky Mountain High as one of its official two-state songs. The win honored not just Denver's talent, but the song's ability to capture the essence of Colorado's natural world. Likewise, his Take Me Home, Country Roads was an anthem for West Virginia, expressing a warm nostalgia and homeland feeling that echoed far beyond Denver's own heritage. In 2014, West Virginia paid tribute to the song by making it an official state song, further solidifying John Denver's enduring legacy in American music and culture. Denver was more than a musician, however. He was an ardent crusader for environmental conservation and humanitarianism. He utilized his fame as a springboard to call attention to conservation, world hunger, and peace. He established WinStar Foundation in the 1970s and 1980s, an environmental education and sustainability organization. He was also a representative of UNICEF and was indefatigable in advocating on the behalf of international humanitarian causes. His songs sometimes expressed his ideals, hailing the earth, advocating love and harmony, and calling upon listeners to defend the world they lived in. Denver's engaging personality transcended the recording studio and concert stage. He was a TV favorite, having hosted programs such as the John Denver Special, with his warm, amiable personality and obvious rapport with viewers shining through. He also pursued a career in acting and showed up in numerous films and television specials, again demonstrating his showbiz versatility and charm. John Denver married Annie Martell for the first time in 1967. Annie, who was from St. Peter, Minnesota, was not only Denver's wife, but also his muse and inspiration for some of his most popular work. Their romance flourished during the period Denver was also an up-and-coming artist, and Annie provided him with emotional stability through the initial struggles of an emerging career. One of Denver's most popular songs directly influenced by Annie was Annie's Song, a sentimental ballad he wrote in a phenomenal 10 minutes time while reclining on a Colorado ski lift. This sudden flash of creative brilliance exactly conveyed the intensity of his love and affection for Annie, a peaceful and deep connection to her and nature around them. The couple resided in Edina, Minnesota, a suburban area from 1968 to 1971, a place that differed from Denver's subsequent love for the mountains, but offered a solid foundation for his rise to success. As Denver's career soared, particularly after the success of the legendary Rocky Mountain High, his passion for nature and the mountains intensified. This specific song was a product of an unforgettable camping outing he did with Annie and close friends, which rediscovered his love for nature and became the core theme in most of his songs, as well as public persona. Spurred on by this